Welcome back, everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor, and I'm Jewel. And as you can see, we're on the Jewel's Peaceful Valley map. And I'm thinking I'm going to try to get the ground prepared for some areas. Not ready to put them in there yet, but we'll at least get the building placed in certain areas. I'm thinking I'm gonna start over here potentially. Let me just hit F on the keyboard since it's highlighted and go on over there. This is the grain main silo, but I'm thinking about going on and getting the ground flat because it has to be flat for this particular one because I'm going to call it in through the main game, so it's going to have to stay that, you know, the way that it is. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't seen the channel before, check my playlist out. I have a lot of tutorials on how to do things in the Giants editor, map making, and also have some simulator games that I play. So check those out. But we're gonna get started. I'm thinking I want to put this grain main silo here. I had it over there somewhere, and then I got thinking it was kind of close to all the other stuff, and we really didn't have much over here. We got the bowling alley over here somewhere, and I think we need something over here. So I figured, well, let me put it over here. I'm gonna have a road coming here. I may turn it. It just depends. I hadn't really decided all that yet. So I'm thinking I'll put this off back here. But if we have to, after I get my road in, I may scoot it toward the road. We'll see. But for now, we're just gonna pretend it's gonna go here and get it in there. So anyway, what you're gonna do if you don't have this building, you can bring it in, and you would just basically, you could do it several ways. You could open the main game map and open uh, the Elm Creek and go in there and click on the grain main silo area and then bring it, export it from that, and then export that to your main map area, wherever your map is you're working on, and put it in that in the file in there. Or you can just, if you know where the file is in the from importing it, from clicking file import, then you can go find it, go under wherever your game is. Mine's in D drive, and Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Farm 22 data. Not sure where this is at, so I would have to hunt it. This has got BGA stuff, so let me see. But basically, if you know where to look for it, and I'm not really sure where it's at right offhand, I'd have to look around for it. I don't think this is it. But anyway, you can go through there and find it. But if you don't know that, what you can do, if you want this, um, go under your File Explorer, go to wherever you got your game at. Could be on C drive, mine's on D drive. Um, and then you're gonna go to Steam Library, Steam Apps, double clicking all these, Common, Farm Sim 22, double clicking data, and go to Maps, Map US in this case, and then you can double click on this Map i3D and open Elm Creek. Click OK after you put it on whichever Giants editor you want to open it in. And as soon as it loads, I'll make it larger where you can see it. Take it a second, give it time. You don't want to jam it up by clicking anything. Sometimes it takes a minute, so you have to just give it a second. It's got to load all that Elm Creek stuff. It says loading, as you can see down there, right there. So don't click anything. There we go. When this highlights, you can click it and then maximize it. Alright, so here is this. You can move these over. If you don't have them, go to Window and pick which ones you need. In this case, it's the scene graph, or you can just spin around and find what you need. I'm not sure, but I think that's the building we're looking at. So you would click on it. No, that's not it. Let me see. Yeah, it is right here. That's the one I have. But if you're gonna do them all these that they have in this list in the buying selling points, I would export the whole thing like I did to mine, and I showed that in a previous video. It takes all that. I would export the whole thing. Go to File, Export Selection with Files, and yes and yes. Okay, you would click yes and yes when it came up. But if you don't want all of them, you want only 2 or 3 of them, then you're going to need to pick which ones you want. You can do them separate or however you want to do it. And then just export that one. Make sure you got the main group. Same thing, you would click File, Export Selection with Files. You would go to wherever your map is. Mine's Documents, My Games, double click Farm Sim 22, double click Mods, double click, and then the map name, double click. And then you can make a folder, new folder, click new folder. You can write the name of the new folder and title it whatever you want to call it. If you're just getting one building, then call it whatever that building is, grain main silo. If you're getting all of them, call it buy and sell or whatever it said, and hit save, and then yes and yes. I'm not going to do it, I already have it in there. I'm just showing you how to get it. And click off of that, and do not do or change anything in this. This is your main game information, and you do not want to mess this up. So whenever it says Farming Sim Data, Maps, Maps US, Map i3D, that is your main game stuff, and you better not mess with it or you can mess your game up. So we're going to X out, and we're going to say no, don't save it, because we don't want none of it. It's going to be what it was. So when you're hitting no, don't save it, don't think you're erasing it. You're not. You're just saying no changes I've done needs to be saved, and you don't need to be changing anything anyway. If that makes sense, okay? So now we're going to go ahead, and come down a little lower. And as you can see, this is pretty hilly right here, but this is, we can make it flat. So what we're going to do is I lowered it to where mostly the fence and everything's kind of touching. Let me go to the back and show you. You know, everything's pretty close. It's not quite there, but some of it's going to go up and some of it's got to go down, as you can see. So what we're going to do is come over. We got to pick a spot where we figure is the lowest point that would go where it needs to go. So we're going to click on Sculpt Mode, and we're going to roll down to put the left mouse button here on Replace, and we're going to hover close to this shed because we're going to change it after we do it, but hit Control R as in Richard, and it changed this number here, see? So now when you click down on it, anything is going to go to this level. So over here where it's higher, it'll go to that level, see? Alright. You can't really tell it right here, but let me back out so you can see. Turn it over here where it's higher. See where it's higher? Watch what happens. Well, I got it down low. See this up here where it says terrain, editing, and then brush, and it says opacity, hardness, and value. You're going to want to bring them up a little bit for this so it don't take so long. Alright, so now watch what happens. See how it's moving it? So it's going to bring this part up because this part should match that side, unless I didn't hit that very well. Let me see. Let me see if I hit it very well. Okay, see it come up to that. So that had to go up to get to this level. It looks like it's higher for some reason, but it's not. So it's having to bring this ground up to meet this level. See, so that's what we're doing. Now, obviously that's a little high, as you can see, for the building. So if that's the case, what you can do is turn that back off, roll on down, okay? There's a couple ways you can do it. You can decide that this number needs to be smaller in this replace spot, and you can backspace it and put in a lower number, like say 50, which probably is way too low. And you can make this smaller and then go down and see how far that goes. Alright, I'm left mouse clicking, by the way. So that did pretty good, but it still ain't quite probably where it needs to be. So we're going to go a little bit lower than that 5. We're going to leave the front part, so we're going to put a 4 there. Now we're going to go on down to that. See how good that looks. Okay, a little better, but we don't think it's there yet, so now we're going to go to 3. Alright, we're going to bring it on down. Still ain't quite where it needs to be. So we're going to bring it on down again. So we're just going to get the 3, or you could just backspace and hit 2. Then click it, left click on it, and bring it on down. Still ain't where it needs to be. So we're going to do it again. Hit a 1. Now it goes down another level. Still ain't quite there. Now I think we're getting pretty close. So let's see. Now we can just do a 0. See what happens there. So we still ain't where we need to be. Okay. Now some of the ground, if this building is not all a flat area on Elm Creek, then you're going to have to do those adjustments if you want to use it. You're going to have to make it flat where it needs to be flat and then make the other adjustments. Or you got to customize this particular building or whatever and put it in your map so that it calls from there. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We're getting closer. We're not quite there yet. So now we're going to go to 59, 99 or something like that. So 59.99. Now let's check that, see if it did anything better. So it still needs to be more. So we're going to go to about 9.5. Still not there. We're going to go lower. 9.3. Still not there. Going to go lower. 9.1. Still not quite there. We're going to go lower. So we'll go to 89 or 88. Let's go further. 88. Nope. Alright, so let's go to 81. Just take a big jump. Now we're getting there. See, we're getting a little closer there. We're not quite there, but we're getting there. So now we're going to say 70, 78. Still not enough. Okay. So let's go on down to 70. Oh, still not there yet. Okay. Another way you could do this is you could put it on subtract and just make it go down till you hit the spot, then hit the Control R after you put it on replace and do it that way. Let's do 68. Not quite, but that's pretty close. We're getting there. Let's do 60. Wow. Still not there yet. Alright. 50. Okay, there we go. We're getting closer. Let me look at it up closer so we can see. We might be a hair too low, but let me look. So we're going to roll in. Let's see. Maybe a hair. Yeah. Let me look inside. Okay. What do we got over here? Let me see. Alright, so we're still good. It's touching the ground. It looks like that stuff's way on down. Yeah, it's way on down. What we can do, and that one is too. Some of it might be under the map because Elm Creek's one might be. So we're going to say that's it for now. We might adjust it back up a hair. Actually, I'm going to put it up a hair. Put it to 5.1 and see what happens. Because I don't want it to go too low. Alright, let's try 5.2. 5.2. Let's try 5.5. Alright, that's a little better, closer to that bottom of that, as you can see. Now let me go look at the door jamb, because if the dirt's on that, that's not good. Okay, that's better. That looks a little bit better. We might even bring it up just a hair bit more. Let's try 8 and see if that's too far. Okay, that's too far. See it come over that. Alright, so let's go back to 6 and try that. That's still too much. Okay, we'll go back to 55. Okay. Come on. So that's not working. Okay, so let's go down to 54. Alright, 54 ain't quite it. 52 is going to be our winner. Right there. Alright. So 52 is it. So now I'm going to turn that off and hope that the rest of it's all flat. We'll see what happens. Now, we're going to take and turn it back on. And in this case, I'm going to make it a square. Right here. And I'll make it bigger. Alright. And just going to left mouse click because it's already on replace. And it's going to bring it up to the right spot here. I'm going to go a little bit past the building, as you can see. Because we'll probably have a parking or a roadway going around it a little bit. So we're just going to bring that up. Bring the other part down. Bring that up to these. Bring that up to those. As you can see. Now I'm going to back out quite a bit so I can see the whole building a little bit better here. Alright. And now I can make this whole thing, this square, a little bit bigger. Save me some work time. Alright. And now we're going to go all the way out to here at least. Back a little. You can see that little speck right there we had to do. We're going to make sure we go a little further on the back side because we, like I said, we want a road or whatever around it. We can change whatever we have to change. And we're just going to just come all around it. Now obviously it looks like that middle part went a little higher than it needs to. So we may have to knock out another level because it looks like there's some cement there. So let me look. Another thing you can do, after you make your ground level, you can just lift your building and you don't got to keep changing the ground if it's all flat. And you can watch your Y translate to see where to put it, how high. Now we're going to come over here where we can see better, see what that is. And we're going to do it like this where we can see. See, that's cement, so that needs to be above that ground. So once you get that where you need it, come on back down, back out of the screen. Alright, so see, that one needs to show. So we're going to have to bring the ground up to there, but not go past it, essentially. So we can try to adjust it from here. But as you can see, what will happen is it's going to do that. So get it as close as you can and then type these numbers over here to translate Y, hit backspace, and do like a down step from there. We'll say 60, nope, that wasn't enough. 10, that's too far. How about 40? That's a lot closer. That was actually a pretty good one. Might just be 40. What do y'all think? I'm thinking that's close. Let's try 39. 39. Let's try 38. Let's try 37. 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 29. Is it going higher? Shouldn't be. Alright, let's try 28. 26, 25, 23, 21. Alright, 19, 18. Okay, 18. You see it kept it dirt? So 19. Oh, I hit too many. No wonder. Alright, let's try it again. 19. Let's try 18. Okay, 17. Okay, 17 is dirt. So we know it's 18. Alright, now we'll back off. And you can see that the concrete's there. And now we know we're on the ground. We should be anyway. And I don't think there's anything over here apparently. I don't see none. Yeah, I don't see none. For whatever reason they have that not that doesn't have the concrete for whatever reason. I don't think that anything got moved. If it did, you'll know. Like I say, go back in and export it out. Make sure everything was left where it was supposed to be and not accidentally moved. Potentially, I accidentally moved some of them. I'm wondering why this is so low, but I guess it's probably right because all that's on the ground properly, as you can see. Let me see. See? So all that looks like it's where it should be. So we can paint this part concrete. So that's what we're going to do real quick. We'll go on and click on the paint mode, and then we're going to pick concrete. Let me see this one. And we'll go ahead and paint concrete. And it doesn't matter if you go under this other area here, because it's concrete, I mean above it, so you don't really have to worry. And you can just go as far as you decide you want the concrete to go. So, and we may make it a little bigger on that side, we don't know yet. Just a work in progress. It's really not that important. Just get everything roughed in, and then everything can come together as you go along. Getting your main stuff ready. Alright, let's turn that off and turn it back on. Finish this corner up. Alright, and I think we're good. Let's go look at the other side. At least for now, we'll probably bring that on out. Potentially. Or we'll just stick a road next to it. Alright, let's get over here. Okay, we need to fix that a little bit. Let me see if we got this level. It looks level. Okay. Well, this corner is not level, I think. Yeah, we gotta fix that. But first, we're gonna go ahead and paint that to where it's square. Alright. And we're gonna tap that till we get that square. Trying to come over far enough. Okay. And we'll get that square. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and hit save for a minute, just so I don't have any mishaps and it disappears on me. Alright. And now I'm going to put it back on sculpt mode. Make sure that I roll this in a hair bit. We're already on replace, and we should still be at the place we wanted to be. So we're just going to make sure that we sharpen up this corner here, so that that's above the ground. And it's all smooth and situated. So now we'll go on down, and we should be square. That looks like we didn't get it, did it? Let's try again. We should bring this on down. And obviously we're going to fix all this out here too, so it's not just going to be like that. So we'll bring it out a little further anyway. There we go. Because we're going to fix it, like I say. We've got to have a road and all that kind of stuff. And we can adjust more as we go. We'll just get a little bit. There we go. And we'll just move on over to this side. And as you can see, anytime you see any spots you need to adjust, looks like maybe there, we can always come back and hit it. Make sure it goes where it needs to. And move along. Turn that off to move. You can move with it on. Um, I usually like to turn it off though. Then I don't have to worry about jamming up anything. There we go. It's just your preference. Alright, we'll obviously smooth out the edges. Let's go on and put this on smooth. And then just slope this for now. We may make it more flat going out further. We're just going to do it for now. Keep everything kind of natural looking. Okay. Turn, do this side. Just for now. Nothing's final. Smooth it out just a bit. Alright, so now we at least have a place to call home for the grain mill silo that would be suitable and flat, where everything would be able to handle being driven on and situated. This is something else under there. These go down lower just because that's how the game decided to do it. I don't know why. So they just did it that way, I guess, to show it that way. But that's how they did it. So we'll go ahead and hit save real quick. And we have the grain main silo kind of have an area. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and pick out another one and do it. Let's see, let's pick out, what else do we have? I don't really want to do, let me go see. I don't want to do that one. Already did that. Already did that. I mean, I still have a little work to do on that one. Let me go see that one real quick. I just hit F to go to where the building was after I selected it. Okay, so this was the grain flour. Once you can see the distance. Let me come out where you can see it. That's the distance. That one's over there. This one's over here. I was trying to spread them out enough so it wouldn't be a problem. So, and then we have this one. So I don't know, that might be a little too close, but what is this one? Okay, this is the biomass plant. I potentially would need to separate those a hair bit more. I'm wondering if I shouldn't put this other one. Let me see. Come on. This other one maybe over here somewhere. Or over here. Would that be too far for everybody? This is a 4X, but I hate to be driving 100 million miles to something. I was trying to keep it a little closer to the center. But it's so close to that one, I'd hate to do that too. Let me think. Let's see. What do we have here? I also don't want to change up too much of the certain areas too. Let me look at the area. We could stick it over here. Let me back out again. Let's try that. Control B as in boy, left mouse click, left mouse click. And we could stick it over here. Like so. And then it's spread out a little bit better. Let me think about that. See, we got one there, one here, one there, one over there, like right here somewhere. Let's see. We got a one here, something here. We're gonna have something there, I think. I think that would be better, potentially. Really doesn't matter exactly. Let's hit F and get on down there. Come on in. Now we got this nice hill though. I'd hate to take it down. I don't know, it goes kinda flat here. Let me think about it. We could put it up higher. Then we gotta make it all flat up on the top of the hill. Let me see. These fields will be moved. That was just showing examples. We're gonna have something here that's there. Let me see. Hmm. I'm not too keen on any of those spots. They kind of all are nice little spots there. I might would put some fields over here. The way that the ground is. Uh, what we might do is move it back over this way a little bit. Let me go over here and see what we have. What if we put it on this side? Still pretty hilly right there. Let me see. I'm trying to keep as much of it the way it was when I brought it in as I can. Oh, we're still really close to that. That's the biomass. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it over here. So let's just move on in there. Alright. We're gonna pick the main group. Alright. Gonna come on down. Have a look at it, see what it looks like. Where we're gonna need stuff to be facing. I think that's okay, but I might do a 90 on it. I like to do that sometimes. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Where do we come in at? That's what I'm trying to find. Okay, so that's the front face. No, we want to turn it probably this way, I would think. Yeah. Let me see. Let's put it on a 2. Like so. Alright. Let me go look over here now. And I may adjust it in the future. Yeah. They can have its own little area back here by the water. Alright. Let's come on down. And again, you just can pick out where you need it to go down, where you need it to go up. What you can do if you put it on the main group, make sure the whole thing's highlighted, and then you're going to lower it a little bit. The less you got to change the rest of the ground, the better. So usually I try to bring this part's got to be touching like that. So that part's going to come up, see? So I bring the rest down as low as I can. Then it's just going to all go pretty much down. And then that part can go up a little, but you don't want nothing major. See? So I guess we'll call that good. Of course, the building ain't quite to the ground yet. Let's go a little further and get one corner on the ground. And then we can go look. And when we take our reading, we'll take it from right here where the green goes away, or right where it starts showing. So we'll go ahead and hit sculpt mode, put it on replace, make sure this is smaller, so you just roll this in to about there and put it where you want it. Control R as in Richard, and then you can see when you do it, I don't know if it did it because it was a little small there. Let me back up a little. Let's see. Yep, it did it. See how it's bringing that up? And it'll bring this side down. See that? So we'll just do that. And if we have to, it's not quite to the right spot, we can come in a little bit closer and bring this down till we see that bottom line. And you can watch this one in the corner on the Y, how it's going up and down, right there. So we're going to go a little lower. So say 72, a little higher, 74, a little higher, 76. So that's pretty good. I think I hadn't pushed the rest of that down yet, potentially. You can always adjust it if it's one side not right. So now we're going to get over the top of it and put it back on, replace if it's not already on there, and turn on the sculpt mode. Make your square bigger, like so, however big you need it, and just go at it, like so. I'm going to go a little bit more on the edges, just a little further than the building, so you can drive around it or whatever, however we're going to do it. We're going to go a little further so we can get some of this down, like so. Alright, I'm going to bring that on down. Alrighty. So we got a decent little area that's flat. And we're going to take the smooth option, turn it on smooth, and we're going to go ahead and smooth this out. And we can do more on it later. Just doing a little bit, getting it all situated. Like so. Alrighty. And now you just go on down and make sure everything is still touching the ground. If it's not, adjust it, whatever it needs. Now see, you can see that means their area was built differently. Unless I grab something I shouldn't have. Let me see. What's going on with this guy? Okay. So these guys, for whatever reason, that's the way they brought it into Elm Creek. So what you're going to want to do is bring the ground up on that spot, on that particular spot. The rest of it should be pretty close. See, it's not quite touching the ground. So you're going to have to come on down, make sure the whole group is highlighted, and then bring it on down to wherever you see that touch. And you can back up a hair and say 5 or 4, whatever it is, 2, 0, 58 or 9, 56, 54, 52, 50, and basically you're trying to get this green to show just a hair. So you can do 79, say. You can do 70. You can do 64, 61, 60. So it's not quite getting up there. It might be the other way. Let me go see. How about 80? How about 90? Okay, that's better. So it's going to be 86, 84, 82. We're still missing it. Alright, it's 89. There we go. Alright, 89 looks pretty good, or we could do 80. We could try 88. Let's do 88. Alright, let's try 87. Okay, so it's just under the ground. I think we'll leave it at that. That looks good. Okay. And all you gotta do is put your ground up on this one. Because it's not going to matter if it goes in the building. It's just how whatever reason they did it that way, I have no idea. To be quite honest, I'd have to look at it and see what they did. Or if something changed, because something over here is moved. Unless I moved mine, I'd have to re-import it. Yeah, I would have to re-import it. Basically, all you gotta do is bring the ground up to that level on those areas and just make it look like it just so happened to be up higher or whatever. But I might have accidentally moved, like clicked on that and moved it. So if that's the case, the XML is going to put it where it belongs. So if it's supposed to be down, it'll put it down. Okay, so that's all that's going to matter in that regard. So I'm not going to change any of the ground right now. We'll worry about that when I get to that point. But you get the point of what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and put it on concrete and paint us. We're going to put it on add and paint us some concrete. Don't have to be perfect, just it's giving us a rough draft of what's going on here. And just temporary stuff for now. We'll decorate and get all fancy later. Just getting some basic spots picked out and a little bit done just so we can see what we got going on. Alright. We're going to come past it a little bit because you'd be driving around it a little bit. Alrighty. And we're almost done. Alright. Good enough for now. That side ain't quite where it needs to be. There we go. We're going to go ahead and hit save. And now we're going to go ahead and call that an episode here where we've already moved a couple of the grain silos. We moved the main grain silo and the floor grain flour. Let's see. It says grain floor. Let me go up. That's not what we want. Grain. Let me go all the way up. Grain flour mill area. That's the one we moved here. We turn this off. And we also moved the other one, the grain main silo over there, and got it situated. So now we'll have them two over here, which will be a lot better than all next to each other over there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I was just getting a little bit of that type of work done. I got some more stuff coming, so stay tuned. And hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.